general ones, such as eHarmony.com or Match.com or anything like that. Then we have the more niche sites, so something like BBW Meet, which is meant for larger body types. Then there's certain Christian dating sites, right? Black People Meet, Russian, whatever it is. There's so many niches within dating that work. Also, yeah, like you said, weight loss is one as well. And also there's almost some supplemental dating, offers that are out there. So, teaching men how to attract a woman.
I could use that.
Things like that. Yeah, you could write your own course. But no, anything I think that you can directly target the audience with stands a pretty good chance. And what I mean by that is, don't do anything where you have to go target the person in a roundabout manner.
Right.
So, for example, if there is a hair loss or a hair restoration campaign, you can't target people who are looking to regrow their hair. Therefore, you probably shouldn't be advertising that. There is the option where hair color equals bald, but I personally think that's bald for style and not bald because they're aging and they can't do anything about it. So,
are you calling me bald?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not trying to offend you at all.
Unbelievable. I can't believe you're bringing this stuff up now. It's crazy. Just kidding, bro. Just kidding. No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Again, you can just tell me no on this, and that's fine. But your biggest affiliates, they spending like 4 figures a day, 5 figures a day? I mean, what's the range? I mean, can you talk about your affiliates like that, or not really?
Yeah, the top affiliates will spend anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000 a day.
Got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any questions you guys have from the audience that I could ask Ben while he's here? Ben, do you mind taking a couple questions?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, there's a couple up here. You want to just get it real quick? Sorry, just give us a second, Ben.
Sure.
Here's question number 1. Tell me if you can hear it.
Hi, Ben. You all right?
Okay.
Why does the dating offers work so well on your site when you are a dating site?
So the question is, why do dating offers work so well on your dating site?
Well, like I mentioned before, we are the 100% free dating site, so we're usually the first website that people hit, just because we don't charge them anything. So it's a really good opportunity for the advertiser to upsell them to something a little bit more specialized. One of the complaints about Plenty of Fish is that there's pretty much every type of person out there. So if you are from a specific niche and you want to only meet other people from that niche, so for example, like you said, if you're Christian and you're only looking to meet other Christians, it's a good opportunity for the advertiser to then present them with a Christian dating ad, so they can then easily just click the ad and then sign up for whatever micro niche that they are interested in. So it's a very, very good opportunity.
You guys are selling a lot of advertising to other dating sites, and your position is, look,
we are.
It's money to you guys, and you guys are like the entry-level drug into dating, right? It's like free. I
guess you could say that. The only thing that we don't allow, though, is adult dating. So things like Adult Friend Finder or Sling.com or something like that. The more adult dating we don't allow. We don't allow other 100% free dating sites, just because we don't want to advertise our competition, which I think is quite reasonable.
Right.
And no extramarital sites either. So things like Ashley Madison, because that's pretty much just adults if you're looking to go outside your marriage. So I guess the general rule of thumb is if you were to browse Plenty of Fish at work, none of the ads could get you into hot water.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Was there a few more questions for Ben while we have him? Okay, so some people want to know how it's priced, Ben, CPC, CPM, what that looks like.
Sure. Yeah, so we do run our traffic on CPM, which is cost per 1,000 impressions. It is a bit of an issue for some people, but given our targeting, you're going to be getting a demographic that's going to be of interest. So instead of going through your funds advertising to everybody in the U.S., what you can do now with Plenty of Fish is target very, very, very specific groups of people. Like I said, the geo, the age, gender, the psychosocial demographics, so, drinking habits, smoking habits, people with
I would
children,
encourage anybody that
other things like that.
wants to be more effective.
So, for
in their
example, if you
business,
have
that
an
this is
e-cig
this is the real
campaign,
deal.
electronic cigarettes,
This is not some
you
fly.
can target smokers specifically, right?
Sorry, Ben.
So, the CPM does work in a very targeted manner.
Right. Yeah, I imagine, we talked about the rise in click-through rates as a result of the targeting you can do now with sites like yours and Facebook, and I think it makes sense that, the extent possible, affiliates that are able to leverage every data point possible in what you offer them, they just get higher response rates, and as a result, you guys are able to charge higher CPMs because people are clicking more and responding. So it's a testament to, your ability to charge CPM is predicated on the idea that you're sharing a lot with the advertiser, yeah?
Exactly. I think we are one of the only publishers out there that provide conversion reports. What that means is if you click on the conversion report link in the ad platform, we offer a tag that you can use. That tag will then fire back information into your account to tell you exactly which demographic is converting best for you for whatever particular campaign. So you can then, in turn, create new campaigns only targeting the profitable demographics. And then it almost eliminates the need to split test in the dark, which is something I know a lot of affiliates don't like. We're basically telling you, A, who's clicking on your ad in terms of demographics, and B, who's actually converting and making you a sale. So in that sense, we're very open with our information with you.
Right. Yeah, it's actually a great point. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Was there any more questions? I know I'm taking Ben away from his Sunday. There's a few more here, Ben. Just one second.
Sorry.
Okay. No.
Hi, Ben. Can you tell me what BizOps vertical works like on Plenty of Fish, and what other verticals work particularly well?
Okay, so they want to know if there's any other verticals. It's funny, as you're talking here, I clicked on the BizOp offer that I saw on Plenty of Fish, which was awesome. Went right to a video landing page, which an autoplay. I'm looking at one now for us. Actually, something that we talked about in the seminar called Animoto, which is a video slideshow thing. But can you talk about, other than dating and weight loss, what would you say it's third to fifth in terms of verticals that are working on Plenty of Fish?
Okay. Well, with business opportunities, with the ability to target people who make a certain income or their profession, or you can target the entrepreneur or whatever it is. We've seen some BizOps. We've seen some kind of lead gens for I guess job sites, because we can target people who are unemployed and or students. What else? I've seen a lot of the e-cigs, like I mentioned, because we can target smokers. So any of the health-related stuff, because we can target, the smoking, the body type, and the drinking habit. We've seen a few of that float around.
Got it. So health and nutrition products, BizOp because they're unemployed or they're students. That makes sense. Okay. We have time for one more question for Ben, and he needs to get back to. Do you ever go to Granville Island, Ben?
Yeah, I do.
That place is awesome, man. I was there last week.
It is. Highly recommend that all you guys visit Vancouver and go to Granville Island.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Ben. Good morning, first of all. Welcome from London. Just want to find out what the personal development sector is like in your with your site. And the next question is then, are you interested in JVs? Did you get the question, Ben?
I couldn't know.
Okay, so the first question was, again, back to the types of offers that are working on Plenty of Fish. Do you see much in the personal development, personal development space? Are there advertisers in the personal development space that you're seeing on there? How would you rank that in terms of your top 5 advertisers? Or would you?
What do you mean, like personal? Just how to improve certain aspects of their personality, or equip themselves with skills type of offers?
Are there any big name personal development people?
Are there big name personal development? The fact that you don't know tells me that there probably isn't, or that it's confusing. It doesn't sound like there's really any in that niche, right?
Not too much, because we can't target someone who's looking to develop their personality more. the only thing I can think of is the how to attract women type of offer, where you can develop your skills to get more dates
We
or
can
to make
talk about
yourself
that
more
offline, Ben, you and
attractive.
me. Maybe
Sure.
you can cut me a deal.
In terms of personal development, it's not too big on Plenty of Fish, just
Right.
because I don't think you can target directly the person who's looking for that type of product,
Right, right.
which is why we don't see it being too prevalent, unfortunately.
And the second question, and it may throw you a bit because this is more of an IM crowd, but they asked whether you do JVs, and I'm going to assume that what he's asking is, do you do CPA offers? Is that what you're asking?
Not so much. No, JV, an idea that I have for something else
So
in relation to a dating site.
Okay, got it. So I'll funnel that through me, and I can give it to Ben directly. Hey Ben, you're an absolute champ, man. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, no worries.
I got to
My
be honest,
pleasure.
you guys. These guys pick up so much more business because you can actually talk to someone live over there. They actually give you information. They want you to succeed. It's a whole different world than begging a JV partner to make an email drop for you, or hoping that Google doesn't shut down your account one day. So Ben, thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it, man.
No worries at all. And again, yeah.
I'm gonna clear the screen. All right, Ben. I'm gonna say goodbye, sir.
Sure. Do they all have my my email in case they have any further questions, or are they just going to go through you and I'll just answer them that way?
Yeah, we can do it that way. That would be fine.
Sure.
Whatever you feel most comfortable with.
Okay. Why don't I just give everybody my email then, if that's okay?
Yep. Fire away, man. We got pens or writing here.
Okay. So my email is ben@pof.com. So that's ben@pof.com. Probably won't look at them until tomorrow, but if you do have any questions, do let me know, and I'll be able to answer them for you.
All right, buddy. You rule, man. Thanks again. Have a great Sunday, my friend.
All right. Take
Take
care.
care.
Cheers.
Was that cool? Is that good? See, okay, so you guys are getting my style, right? And, I joke a little bit. But look, life's short. And when you talk to a guy like this with Ben, my style is to interject all kinds of personal things. I'm making jokes. And, look, business can be tough, and we're kind of working away. But I develop personal relationships with these guys. And as a result, they tell me things they're not going to tell somebody else that treats them like a jerk. You know what I mean? And that's just basic human nature. So I've credited most of the success in my career with just actually, I like this guy. He's a good guy. And by virtue of that, he'll tell you a lot of information that he's not going to tell you somebody that's, kind of a jerk. So, all right, you guys ready for Uber affiliate? Yeah. This guy's pretty scary. All right, let's see what we can do here. We're going to call him at home here. Drew. Okay, guys, ready for him?
This is Drew.
Yo, Big Drew in the house.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
What's going on, my friend?
I'm just sitting here waiting for your call.
Drew, I have got 80 of my new best friends here in London.
Hello, London.
They want to know, first of all, if you like Arsenal or Manchester United. And be careful how you answer this one. Or Chelsea. Or if you ever heard of it. What is
I
it?
better not answer.
Hey, awesome, man. Well, dude, thank you so much for getting up early, and hopefully you've had your Starbucks and taken the time to talk with us today. It's awesome, man.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So, can you walk me through, or these guys through, just your history a little bit? You're a guy that I admire a lot, and you've kind of walked a lot of the same roads I've walked over the last 10 years, and you've been a prolific affiliate marketer. You've been a prolific media buyer. But can you just kind of walk people a bit through your background, kind of like, how you got started and where you got to today?
Absolutely. If you want to go way back, I studied direct marketing in graduate school and was very interested in online, the online world as it was just forming. And I actually spent a summer working at Prodigy, the online service, when I was in graduate school, which back then was the internet. This was 1991, and that was the early days of advertising and direct response online. I eventually, several years later, got into the sales side of online advertising. Was the director of sales for a big technology company, a technology website that my team sold about $25 million a year in advertising. Unfortunately, we were losing money, and in the end, they kiboshed the IPO and all that kind of stuff. But and then eventually, because of my experience selling advertising, happened to be friends with a guy named Eben Pagan, who a lot of people may know, who's one of the smartest and best internet marketers I know, and a very successful guy, and ended up helping, not only starting a business with him, but also helping him grow his Double Your Dating empire. And on the buying media side, because since I'd sold it for so long, I knew how to buy it, and we built his company up to $20 million plus a year, and then I got into the affiliate world and started realizing that I could not only buy media for other people and promote other people's stuff and my own stuff, but pretty much you can promote anything if you know how to buy media. And became very successful as an affiliate. And today I've kind of come around to full circle, and it's acting more like an ad agency and buying media for clients, and still do some affiliate stuff as well. But that's what I live every day, is basically buying traffic and brokering traffic and doing deals, and it's my my favorite thing to do. And if I can offer any advice for your 80 people there, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, I'd say you're pretty good at what you do, man. So hey, so a question I have, and I don't mean it to be as esoteric, but you've been doing this a while, as have I, and I talk about like what makes a successful affiliate, right? There's a lot of people that get into this game and don't ever get it or fail, but there's always that guy that figures stuff out. If you could kind of characterize the profile of a successful affiliate, how would you do that? Like, what differentiates the guys?
It's very simple. There are a couple things in my mind that differentiate people who succeed and people who fail. People who fail tend to be people who try one thing, try it once, they lose some money, and they say, "Oh, it doesn't work," and they give up. So persistence is a trait, obviously, of successful people. But the other thing I think is that a philosophy I live by is something that Jack Welch, who's the former CEO of GE, said, is if you don't have a competitive advantage, don't compete. And I think too many people try to go into very competitive markets with no competitive advantage. They grab an offer off a CPA network that 1,000 other affiliates are promoting. They promote it in the exact same place. They don't do anything different, and they don't have a higher payout. They don't have any leverage of any kind, and they fail. If you don't have a competitive advantage, don't compete. Now, how do you get a competitive advantage? You can get it either by having a higher payout, by having negotiating a higher payout, by having some kind of technology advantage, by dominating one particular distribution channel that you know better than anyone else. So maybe it's not Google, maybe it's a different ad network like AdSonar or AdBlade or something that is not as popular. Using some kind of different way of marketing. I know you, Scott, even have talked about a friend of yours who does a lot of day parting, which most people have probably never even spent any time testing.
Right.
What time of day you're advertising can give you a competitive advantage. So, that's what I would, what I really would focus on is trying to find out how you can gain a competitive advantage so that you can win, not just jumping into a sea of very competitive world with a lot of very experienced marketers. It's going to be very hard to succeed if you're just on an even playing field. So I don't even bother competing unless I've got some kind of leverage or competitive advantage. And I think that alone will help, save a lot of money testing. And then the third thing is, it really is all about testing. Everyone will fail, and I continue to fail all the time. So if you expect to win every time, don't bother. But if you're willing to understand that it takes a few failures to get to your successes, and what I love about media buying and internet marketing is that you can test very small, and you can tell pretty easily whether it's going to be, whether there's potential to succeed with very low risk. So the way I look at it is almost like a stock portfolio. If I was going to test 10 offers, or try to figure out how to find an offer that works, I can spend $500 or less typically and figure out whether it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, I cut it off. I quit and I say move on to the next one. So let's just say I try 10 offers in a row and they all fail. $500, $500, $500, and typically you don't lose $500. You spend $500, maybe you make $300, and you go, okay, it was a failure, but you only lost $200. But anyway, let's just assume I lost all the money. If I'd lost 10 in a row and I lost $5,000, but then the 11th one is a winner, and it makes $10,000 the first month, and then $10,000 on autopilot every month after that. The one winner pays for all previous 10 losers. So you drop the winner into the winner's bucket, and you spend some time optimizing and improving it. Maybe you go to 15 or 20 grand a month, and then you just do it over again, and you just keep trying to find the winners, which, because the upside of the winners is so much bigger than the downside of the losers, that, you just want to fail as fast as you can, lose as little money as you can, and move on to the winners, and try to build as many winners in that winning portfolio as you can. And it's a simple formula in my mind. So, and it's so many people who I've seen fail have just, they only tried one of those and they failed. If you give up after one, you're going to fail. You have to see it more like an investment portfolio and say, I got to test the waters and spread my wings. And then finally, though, if you're just failing and failing and failing, maybe you're doing something wrong. It's the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. So if what you're trying is not working, then maybe try a different technique, a different approach. And that's sort of my...
Yeah. No, it's awesome stuff, man. I think it's spot on to what I've been talking to people about, and I couldn't have said it any better, so I won't try. What are you working on now? I mean, you've obviously done a lot. You started with Eben. You've been doing a lot of affiliate offers. Now I think you're doing some different things. Talk about what you're doing now and what gets you excited every day.
Well, one other lesson I would say to your audience is whatever you're doing, if it's working, keep it a secret. Don't share it with anyone. Don't tell anyone what you're doing, because it's very easy to knock off things on the internet and copy. And as great as a marketer as you think you are, sometimes the competitive advantage is just having a little offer that no one knows about and in a niche that's not as popular. So I typically don't share what I'm doing and what industries I'm in, and I recommend you do the same, because people are the second they hear something's working, we're going to jump on it and tell all their friends, and next thing you know, you've crowded your advantage out, and there goes your advantage. So, but basically, I work I typically personally like to work with private offers rather than grabbing things from the big networks. I try to meet people who have successful businesses and are not. They have affiliate programs, but they're not. There's not 1,000 affiliates promoting it. There may be a couple or none, and I become the first or one of several. And it's very easy to dominate markets like that when you don't have a lot of competition. So that's a competitive advantage in and of itself. And I meet people at conferences like the one you're at, and often find people just in the hallways who have interesting businesses that are not on CPA networks, and so that's a great way to find partners and businesses and to promote that are probably